allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. Seigle.
Here.
Mr. Romeo.
Here.
Ms. Morrison. Here. Mr. Polano.
Present.
Mr. Rossi.
Here.
Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Badowski.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Ms. Reese. Here. Mr. Kanzler.
Here.
Mayor Clem.
Here.
Chief Huntsman.
Here.
You have roll call.
All right. Motion to approve, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry.
Cody. I think if I said that right, Cody.
That's right.
I'll go with that.
Hi, everyone. I just met most of you.
Cody, could you just,
Oh, sorry.
state your name and your address for the record?
All right, this is a little intense. No, I'm kidding. My name is Cody Seigle, and it's fine. Business address is in Irwinboro, and that is 117 Main Street, Irwin, PA 15642. Proceed.
Proceed.
Perfect. This gives me nightmares of the North Langston meeting that I had to attend a few months ago, so bear with me. So as I just mentioned, I own a new business on Main Street, 417 Main Street. It is a boutique fitness gym offering different fitness modalities to clients in the Irwin community and surrounding community. My building has dedicated 13 spots for my clients to park in, and I'm running into a slight parking issue for my clients. When my clients are coming to the studio, it's really only affecting them during the 8:30 to 9:30 class point, as well as the noon to 1 p.m. class point or class time. I initially went to Sherry, asking and seeking for a permit of some sort, or if I could pay for a parking pass in the lot that's located right above my studio. And then I found out, back up. My thought process behind the pass was I would purchase the pass and then give it to clients to use and bring back in after they're done with class. I since found out that you can only have 2 cars registered to the pass, as well as it has to be related or something along those lines. So what I'm doing here is seeking guidance, help to better the community with health and wellness and driving more business to the Irwin area. So with that being said, I had a few ideas that I could potentially run past you on what we could do to kind of resolve this and work together to resolve it. I think the first thing is it's unfortunate, but Main Street and Oak Street right now, they do get free parking for 2 hours, and then in the lot, it's right away you have to pay for it. It's lucky enough that my clients are not struggling to make the $10 payment per month. It is the fact of holding quarters in their car and remembering to pay. So we're running into the issues of like they're busy, they get to the studio, they have 5 minutes to come in, get set up for class. It's a 45-minute class, they have to pay $1 because quarter gets you 30 minutes. So I don't know, again, an exception would be great for our clients, but I know that you are monitoring that parking lot as well as trying to get revenue for the borough. So I'm more than happy to pay some kind of fee to secure those 4 spots or so for my clients. Again, my studio holds 16 people. I have 13 spots, and so it's only when I'm full, which could be 1 day out of the entire week, really. 2 of my clients got tickets, and that's kind of why I'm here today. So that are my, I guess, suggestions. I know I mentioned Sherry. There is like, I'm from the city, I'm not from the city, I'm from here, but currently live in the city. We use like Meter Feeder. It's an app that you just subscribe to, download on your phone, a lot easier than carrying around quarters. And I don't think that would be just for me. Like, for example, I was sitting in Iceberg and saw 3 folks get tickets. So I think, that would solve a lot of issues. I get it, what you are doing and still trying to get that revenue for people not obeying the law or ordinance. But again, I'm here kind of for my client and speaking for my client. So that is really all I have to share. Next steps, do I ask for questions or I don't really know?
Well, first of all, join the club. Parking is always an issue in town, so
Right.
it's something that it's not easy. It's not an easy fix. And the app, I'm sure Sherry told you that we've probably looked into things like that.
I'm actually looking at the meter feeder app now.
Oh, okay.
I emailed them. I just haven't had a chance for me to go over it, like to figure out that kind of stuff before I sponge under it. So then,
So we'll take it under advisement and look into things and we'll get back to you. Or, well, I guess Sherry will get back.
Sherry has been wonderful to work for or work with, by the way, everyone. So just throwing that out there.
I have to talk to the chief about it too, because there's tablets and printers and all sorts of things, so.
Right, it's not, I get, it's not just an easy fix, but even, again, like, paying for 4 parking passes, and again, I know the ordinance is it has to be related, it has to be, but I don't know if to put it under the business name, and again, it's only for those 2 classes. And I guess the ticket meter person will know that it's for that business, and it's only those times, so if somebody else, I don't know, accidentally takes it or steals my parking pass, they would know that at, I don't know, 4 PM, I don't have a class and they shouldn't be having that. But just another suggestion. Again,
Thank you.
awesome.
We talk about it more maybe after this meeting, but if not, definitely at our next workshop and
Perfect.
see what we come on.
Awesome. Is it okay if I leave? I need to get to a 6:30 class.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you everybody for your time and talk to you soon.
None other, right? That's the only one.
That was the only one.
Motion to approve the minutes of the regular monthly meeting on January 8th, 2025 as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Nick. Comments? All approved, say aye. Opposed, say no. It is approved, 6-0. Motion to approve the financial report as of January 31, 2025, as presented.
I make that motion.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Frank. Comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slately?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison? Yes. Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yeah.
Mr. Grabowski?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the disbursement listing as of January 31, 2025, as reviewed by Borough Manager and authorizing council to sign.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Nick.
Second.
Thank you, Frank. Comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slately?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison? Yes. Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Grabowski?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
All right. Report from the mayor.
Pretty quiet month, but just a couple shout outs. First, to Public Works, Sherry, as everybody knows, what a fantastic job in here. It looks great. We needed an overhaul. And also, our first responders and fire department, with the weather the way it is, I usually talk to Sean a lot, but they do a fantastic job. We're lucky to have you guys, Nick, Tyler when he's here. He's do a fantastic job, and we don't appreciate you enough. but I know everybody here does.
Thank
So
you.
great job.
Thank you for your words.
Absolutely. All right, that's it?
Yep.
Thank you, Mayor. Report from the chief of police.
It was sent electronically. I have nothing for tonight.
Thank you, Chief. Report from the manager.
I also sent mine electronically. I would like to thank Public Works. They did a great job down here with council chambers between, all the snow and the weather. They actually beat their deadline. So I was very impressed with that. And then Denise Bowen, she's really been helping and coaching on this project and helping with colors and figuring stuff out in the desk. We don't know what we're doing with the desktop yet, so I will let you guys know when I find out. And then the SWIFT insurance, that, when we talked at the workshop, we talked about how I might have to transfer money for me to make like payments later. I'm not gonna do that until the next round of payments comes, since we're playing catch up with everything, so it's good. But later it's gonna happen whenever I get another invoice. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Sherry. Report from the engineer.
Evening, everyone. Some updates from my report are the grants. There's a small water and sewer program grant open now. Deadline is the end of April. I've had a few discussions with Sherry about this, projects that apply, maybe some inlets and stuff, but we're gonna have some more details, and we'll come up with a game plan, because next month we'll need a resolution to, a motion to get, if we wanna apply for something there. The contractor for the street sign project, upgrades should be moving into town. He's getting his orders currently this week, I believe. He's gonna be installing some of the poles around downtown area that are provided by the borough. So you'll probably see them moving street to street. I'll give you a heads up whenever he is in town. We're working through the final roads list for the paving program that we're anticipating in March to put out for bid, as well as the sewer line project around the same time frame to get that out. Excuse me. I've had discussions with Sherry on quotes for the Public Works roof. We've gotten 2 so far. I did call that second contractor today, Sherry. I'll give you some of those details. He's gonna provide an updated quote for more clarification on why there was a difference in cost. So I am waiting on a third one so we can move forward with that.
Just a quick question. The roof, are they gonna replace the metal or the,
The two quotes we got so far, one is to just overlay a rubber membrane and then a new roof, metal roof surface on top of that, which is one way to go. The other quote that is actually cheaper currently is to currently remove the metal that is there. He said he talked to Randy whenever he did a site visit, that from the garage side, the exposed screws thinks he just screwed right into the metal trusses that are in the roof frame. So the second contractor thinks he's just gonna do the same thing, be able to pull that up and screw into the trusses again with a new metal roof, yeah. So they're kind of two different.
So there will be no Rubbermaid?
Not on the second one, but he's going to actually provide the second quote for that first estimate and then match that kind of overlay style if the council would want to go that path. So we can compare apples to apples on price or just a remove and replace the metal. But yeah, he's supposed to email me by the end of the week some
Yeah.
updated cost.
thank you, Steve.
We've reached out to the Water Authority to have some consideration for Oak Street water line replacement. So we're gonna see where they're at, where it can be at on their list. And I actually did a site visit this morning to Crothers Lane with our structural department, to look at Crothers Lane, the slide area, to check the limits on the wall scopes that we're designing and check on where the geotech did the last two drillings. And it's a request from us. The drillers did fill in the holes in the road that where they drilled, but it has since settled about 12 inches. So we were walking it. I know no one really walks that road, but if maybe the Public Works can just put some gravel in that hole, it's a 6-inch hole, but it is 12 inches deep. I wouldn't see any like a pump tire or whatnot. But other than that, we're moving forward on some other grants that we have funded, but if you have any questions, let me know.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Steve. Report from the solicitor.
I sent my report on Friday. Since then, in addition to the general routine stuff that we do day to day, we did satisfy a lien. I filed a lien in 2019 for sewage and garbage for around $1,500. That has been satisfied, so we released the lien on the property, so that's a win. Other than that, you can reach out if you have any questions or concerns.
Thank you, Zach. Report from Public Works.
Randy's not here tonight. He had a family issue, but he sent his electronically.
Okay. Report from Planning and Zoning Manager.
I sent mine electronically, but the Norwood Library did receive their building permit for their renovations. Moda Fit just opened on Main Street. That was Cody that was here. Mechanical permits were issued for T Nails and her occupancy has been issued. She's opening up on Route 30 and her second permit is under review right now with CEA. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. Report from Code Enforcement Officer.
My report was sent electronically. The past month, we had 19 new, 16 closed, 8 occupancy inspections, and 3 magistrates. You guys have any questions from you?
Thank you, Matt. Report from the Fire Department.
Okey-dokey. The call volume is 12 incidents in town, 27 out of town, a grand total of 39. That's very high for us. I don't say very high, higher. And like once Northampton realigned straw pumps area, we're on a lot more calls. You know, a lot of them has been false alarms, which is good, I guess. But out of the 39 calls, we did have 2 working house fires. I mean, working house fires, severe damage. One was in up in Country Hills. The other one was in Swickley Township. Not nice days. Everything was kind of freezing and such, but it is what it is. We applied for a bunch of grants. We applied for a Scott Electric grant for about $6,000. If we will get awarded with that, then we're going to replenish our smoke detectors and our CO detectors. And at that point, I could tell the public, you know, how to get one. You know, tell them a little bit about our program. So, if anyone has any questions, issues, concerns, please reach out anytime.
Thank you, Sean. All right, committee reports. JCP.
Okay, so a few days ago, we went to the fire department and EMS and met with people there just to talk about how sort of they function, especially with like the financial aspect of everything, because that's something I've just never really looked into, was how much money everything costs, especially to replace things. And it gave me a new perspective on what it takes to run a successful fire department, and the EMS to like them showing me all the equipment was, I don't know, just something I've never seen before. So it was definitely interesting and eye-opening for sure.
So I am sorry I couldn't come to the fire and EMS thing. That Thursday was kind of a stock market crash for me. I don't quite understand what happened, but I got really confused with a lot of days. Yeah, and then Sherry, if we could have a meeting sometime. I've been writing an email with my budget questions when I've gotten time away from the tsunami of schoolwork. But I think it's too many to have in an email, so
He can set up a meeting, he can text us in the group text that we have.
And that's all I have.
Okay,
You, any free time that you wanna come down, you know, we could go over some stuff as well.
Thank you, yeah.
civics.
Right now, we've received 2 sponsorships so far, so a total of $12,407.74 is in the Civics account. We've reached out to 4 bands that Civics is interested in. That total right now is $10,750. One of them will need sound, which is $700. So they're looking to add a 5th band if more sponsorships come in. I'll know more next week at our meeting.
Thank you. Parks and Rec.
Nothing reports, kind of a lull period. We'll have our meeting next month and hopefully
Get
get some stuff going. Yep.
Okay. Motion to approve resolution number 3 of 2025, authorizing the destruction of records pursuant to the Pennsylvania Municipal Records Manual dated December 16, 2008, not to exceed $450 from GF line item 427.452.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Sean.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Nick. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the certified eligibility list for the volunteer service tax.
Make a motion.
Was that Ron? Thank you, Ron.
I'll second.
Thank you, Amanda. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly?
My lot of votes is,
Are you on that list?
yes.
Then you should abstain.
I abstain off that, I abstain from the vote due to I'm on that list.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Also abstain.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, motion to approve the manager to complete the general fund transfer to the capital reserve in the amount as presented by the borough manager.
I'll make
I'm
a
in.
motion.
Thank you, Nick.
I second.
Thank you, Sean. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the manager to complete the general fund transfer to the property account in the amount as presented by the borough manager.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Nick. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the floor plans as presented by CEC for the borough building renovation project.
Make that motion.
Thank you, Ron.
Second.
Thank you, Frank.
Now, if, say there's another change, like you want to add a wall here, I mean, does this have to be revoted on, or are we going to give them some type of power to do what
I
they?
think after this, they'll start putting together plans and then we'll be working off of more detailed plans.
Okay, thanks. Yes. I'm sorry.
Can I do?
Roll call.
Mr. Slightly?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
I screwed up then.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to authorize the manager to create a used sign sales program with all revenues from sales and scrapping to be deposited into the property account, 100.905.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Nick.
Second,
Thank you, Sean. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly,
yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to authorize the manager to sign an annual IT support agreement with Ghost IT Solutions.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
Second.
Thank you, Frank. Comments?
He has all his certifications that he needs to do what we need with the borough and the police department and so forth.
That was my question. So Ghost is who we currently have, not the gentleman who's here representing, or is that?
A new guy.
Backwards.
Okay. That's fine, just curious.
And you did check on the insurance, right?
He does have insurance.
Okay. All right. Roll call.
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay, motion to approve the first amended memorandum of understanding with the police officers regarding the sign-on bonus program for the police officer new hires effective immediately.
Make that motion.
That was Ron. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Amanda. Comments? Roll call?
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to issue Patrolman Joel Aston, the police officer's new hire sign-on bonus.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Sean. Second. Thank you, Ron. Comments?
Very, I mean, very, very nice guy. Very nice, yeah, very nice guy. Very.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve resolution number 2 of 2025, authorizing the execution of an agreement with the Westmoreland County Housing Authority to continue to provide extra duty police coverage at the Irwin Manor.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Sean.
Second that.
Thank you, Nick. Comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to authorize the borough manager to scrap 1 broken metal desk, 1 broken metal safe, 50 metal chairs, 1 box of brass parking tokens, 1 broken metal table, 1 coat rack, and 1 broken metal filing cabinet, 7 old traffic signals, with funding from the scrap being deposited into the property account 100.905.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Sean.
Second that.
Thank you, Nick. Comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to motion to approve the Irwin Borough Annual Duck Race with the Turtle Creek Watershed Association and Annual Police Bike Parade to be held on June 21, 2025 at Irwin Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Frank. Comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slightly,
Yes.
Mr. Romeo,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Kawanda,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Podolsky.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the IBPA Spring Car Cruise to be held on April 26, 2025, contingent upon the submission of all the required documents and the manager's approval.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ron.
Second.
Thank you, Frank. Comments?
I do. Last year I voted against this and hurt a couple people. Oh, well. This year I'll be voting for it. And the reason I'm voting for it is, Roseanne, and I think it was her daughter, went out of the way, stayed there all day. We did have 2 fires that day. They cleared a path so we could get to the fire hall. It's still not an ideal situation. I still, I'd rather see it down at the park. I get it, the weather, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, they did make some improvements and was able to get to the fire hall. Yeah, still hard, but it's a lot better than can't get there at all. So with that being said,
Roll call.
Mr. Slightly.
yes.
Mr. Mayo.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mr. Wanda.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Wodowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve the 2025 field rental agreements contingent upon the submission of all required documents and the manager's approval.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ron.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Frank. Nick. I said, wait a second.
You guys do look alike.
Comment. Roll call.
Mr. Slightly.
Yes.
Mr. Mayo.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Wodowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to authorize Gibson Thomas to advertise the sewer lining and replacement project based on the list of submitted repairs provided by the borough engineer, with the project scope to keep within the budget limitations, the statewide LSA grant award, and engineering fees to come out of the general fund line item 430.313.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Nick. Comments?
Nick Rossi.
Roll call.
Mr. Slightly.
Yes.
Mr. Mayo.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Wodowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to authorize Gibson Thomas to advertise the Carruthers Lane project with the project scope to keep within the budget limitations of the multimodal grant award and engineering fees to come out of the general fund line item 430.313.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Amanda. That was Frank. Thank you. Comments?
Now, if, I don't know what the amount is, but if they all come in like way over, and if we can't afford to get it done, then would we like rebid it out, or what would happen?
Well, right now, we're just, the motion is just to advertise for it. So
Right. But
when
the
that
question,
comes up, but then we
We
could,
would vote on the price.
yeah, but still didn't answer my question. The question
You would-
is,
You would reject the bid and we would rebid it.
okay, and hopefully someone would bid lower.
Or you can modify the project to make it more cost effective.
Okay, thank you.
roll call.
Mr. Slightly.
Yes.
Mr. Mayo.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Wodowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to appoint Fonda Dalbo to the zoning hearing board with their term to expire on December 31st, 2027.
I don't know her, but I would make a motion.
Thank you, Sean.
Sure she does a good job.
second.
Thank you, Rob. Okay, comments? Roll call.
Mr. Slightly.
Yes.
Mr. Mayo.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Wodowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Motion to approve resolution number 1 of 2025, approving the easement agreement between the Borough of Irwin and 309 to 321 Main Street Association LLC granting a 30 square foot easement in the borough's Third Street parking lot, tax map number 13-01-08-0-091.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Nick.
Second.
Thank you, Ron. Comments?
Question. So they built on our property, correct?
Yeah, historically.
So, I mean, and I don't, shouldn't they pay like your time?
I didn't have to draft it.
So you didn't have to,
No, I had a phone call with Jim Duffy. I reviewed the easement that he drafted, so.
so your time is very limited in this?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want to, why should we pay for something that, you know, we're helping them on?
No, it was a minimal amount of time. on my
Okay,
part.
I just, thank you.
Roll call?
Mr. Snelling?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Palumbo?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Yagowski?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Anything else for the good of the order?
This, I kind of want to touch on what Cody said. It kind of got a little, an eye opening. Could everyone kind of think of some, I know Sherry's going to check into that out, but maybe if we could put our heads in together, we could figure something out. Dan, maybe at your convenience, I could talk to you or talk to the mayor. But yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, it's true. I mean, Main Street, you can park on Main Street for 2 hours and that's fine. And you park in a parking lot and Ralston is job and he does a good job, you get a $10 ticket. You know, I don't think it's fair. You know, you got one road as Main Street and a little bit of Oak Street. You can park there you can park there for 2 hours. Doesn't seem fair. So, you know, we love all of our businesses, but if you have a business on Main Street, if you get a parking place, you're good. You know, I don't know what the answer is. I got a couple of things in mind, but all I'm asking is everyone maybe could put their heads together and we could talk about it at the workshop session.
All right. Just one little announcement. This past October, the Carpenter's Apprentice had what we call the Fall Fix-Up, which where 4 different churches got together to do home improvements for people who were low income, elderly, or disabled. And we did about 20-some projects in that timeframe. This coming spring in May, we are doing what we will call the Spring Fix-Up. And we're hoping to even do more than we did last. And it was a great success, and I think that we also just had a huge fundraiser, and it was because all of these are done totally free of charge. So all the building materials that we buy comes from donations. So
That's awesome. It's great.
all right, anything else? And motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Nick. That was Ron. Frank. Well, I heard something from this side too. So. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no.
Hey, Matt, do you mind locking the gate?
We are adjourned.
Do you mind locking the gate since Randy's not here?
Aye.